Hey guys, Wayne with Living with Bikes. I am up to, well, I have stripped this wheel with Ripper Stripper both sides, and I'm doing this one now. As you can see there, it wrinkles up a fair bit before it comes off. The centre section doesn't seem to do that, but when you hit it with the gurney, it soon lifts off. Well, the other one did, so I'm expecting this one will as well. Hi guys, how you going? Right, I am about to put the front brakes in. So there's the packet they come in. SPD 213HH. So that's them. And there's the other side. And these are the back ones, which I do have. Well, I see them just before they're under here, I think. There's the old back ones, which really aren't, they're really good still. But when I was at the shop getting the front ones, I thought I may as well get the back ones just to make sure. So we'll put a set of back ones in it as well. And then I really probably won't, for the amount of times that I ride it each year, I probably won't put another set of brakes in it. You know, in my lifetime maybe. If I have to, I do, but I doubt it. Alright, so we'll go over and we'll show you putting the pads in. I'll just get myself set up and we'll come back. There's a little card here when I opened up the packet of pads. And there's a little card that says, brake pad should be fitted by an experienced mechanic in accordance with the motorcycle manufacturer's service warranty. Oh well, I'm close enough to that, so get rid of that. Okay, because they're fairly hard to do. There's one. I'll say there's one. That fits in there. That slides across there and gets held. And then this one. This one goes in there. Now this here goes in there like that. And goes across. Spoke too soon, didn't I? No, they're not. I'm just going to come up across a little bit. A special hammer. That's it. Alright. Wrong one. What are you doing, Wayne? Should be there. Should be this one. Okay. Alright, and that is how complicated it is to put front liners in. Alright, what I'll do is I'll go around the other side. And I'll do, oh, by the way, these have all been painted. They were actually, I've got a machine which I bought for a while, I made up for a while, and it's from a company called Cadwell. And it's plating. So I made up a little machine with air, and it heats the water with a pump and with a heater and stuff like that, the mixture, and then you put electricity to it. There's a whole thing on it. If you ever want to have a look at it, go to Cadwell, and they've got all the chemicals, all the stuff, really high quality, and you can do your own plating. Now I just plate these lightly so they don't rust again. So if the paint chips off them, they don't, just go rusty straight away. And that's what plating does. Because when you sandblast things, you take the plating off, you got to put it back on again. So that's what I did there. So you have to strip everything down. I plate them and then put them back on, give them a coat of paint, and then they'll be there for another 20 or so years. That there, I just get some sandpaper, which is just that name is high. Sorry about that. Went and turned the air compressor off so you can hear me. So they should last now for another, as I said, 20 or 30 years before they go rusty or start to go rusty. And I don't live too far away from the beach, so we need to make sure that we do whatever we can to try and not let things go rusty, because it's just in the air, you know, when you get a like a bad day or a windy day even, you know, it just blows it up and sprays it over. So no, I'm not right on the beach, but I'm only a couple of k's in a direct line from it, and it's enough that if you leave things outside metal, they go rusty. Probably takes, you know, 3 or 4 days and they're rusty. So this protects all that sort of stuff. Alright, I'll go across and do the other side. Okay, same thing again. I was just looking at the packet and I thought they had stickers with them, but they don't. Us blokes, we love stickers. You give us a sticker, we know that it's good quality. So pop one there. The other one there. If you don't hold on to them underneath before you put the bar through, they will fall out the bottom. So just remember that. One, whoop, that's got to go underneath, not on top. 2, it's my Allen key. Done. Hey guys, here's a little tip. See this little bar here? It's a slide bar. It goes through here and it holds the pad in place. There's my pads gone for the rear. Miles away, are they? No, they can go in the bin. Hang on, we'll get the pad. I thought I brought them all down. Oh no, here they are. So here's the pad. Okay. So those holes there and there and there and there. These little pins, they go through there and they get held in just with a little circlip. So they actually, the pad slides on those, not very much, but it does, like the pad slides backwards and forwards on them. So you clean them up when you take them out and they look like this. You just give them a good little polish. Now the best way I found to do it is you just whack them in the drill, get a scoury cloth, spin them up. So we'll do this one and then we'll put the pads in and we'll show you. Okay, cool. Okay guys, I was just looking at these pads, right? You know, you see they're a goldy colour, and I thought, oh, that looks like, you know, like a brass material or something. I wasn't too sure on their composite. So anyway, I started reading the instructions. It said here, the standard DP compound, excellent wet and dry performance, no break fade. And then it says some parts include ceramic, heated shield, low pad wear, no brake dust, which I like. That just gives me the shits with all the brake dust. Ideal replacement for street touring and off-road. So I guess that's what these are. 207s. The original sintered brakes. Quick braking, immediate response, high-tech ceramic shield. I don't know where that is, but anyway, they seem to tick all the boxes. So we'll put them in. I'll come back in a minute because I know it's a bit anal, but I just want to put them in the bead blaster and give them a good clean before I whack them in. And there's also, what else have I got? Well, there's a couple of pins in there and bits and pieces. So I'll just go and give those a clean, and then I'll come back and we'll put these brakes in, which is the back one. Just that one there. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I've done my little bit of sandblasting again, which is in there, those little bits. I know that's a bit anal, but it's just me. Now, putting brakes together, we use this stuff. I don't know if you can read that. It's a copper-rich grease, and it's designed for disc brakes. And I think you can, if you can read that. A bit better light. Yeah. So anyway, it's a copper grease. It's been used for years, and we put it on bits and pieces to stop them seizing. And I'll put some on the back of these pads here. These pads are designed. They go in behind these things, and they're supposed to stop them rattling. So I'll put a bit of grease on them. And the idea of it is that it doesn't wear down. It stays on there. That feels like it's got some sort of glue on it. So that's what I'm about to do. Put them in, and hopefully, I don't usually get squealing on motorbike brakes anyway, but I'll just put it on. It just helps on the slide bar so it doesn't wear as much. So we'll dab a bit of grease on those, and then I'll do the front ones again to make sure they've got a bit on. And then they're pretty much right to go. The disc will slide in when the wheel's on, and we'll button it all up, and they'll be done. I'll have to bleed them obviously, because this bolt here, this one here, this is where the main line comes out, goes there, runs down, up through here, and it sits up somewhere up here. That's for the back brake, and the front ones go up to the handlebars obviously, and there's a reservoir on the top of the handlebar. And we'll have a look at that later. Alright, cool. See you a bit later. I'll get these in because I'll need both hands, and then I'll show you when they're in. I'll just give you a quick look. We'll move on. Okay. Okay guys, I took it off because if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to show you. You can see there, I don't know if it will balance on my knee or not. I'll squeeze it in these. Right, those little brackets that I went and sandblasted, the very last thing, that's them. And they go underneath these shafts, which have got grease on them now. They go under there, and that's what holds the pad down, keeps them locked in. They're the C-clips that hold that bar from being able to slide back out, because they come in this way. So now they're all done and ready to go. So from underneath, that's how they look, and they'll go back on the bike now and be ready when I do all the rest of it. Alright, cool. I'll whack this on and we'll move on to something else. Okay guys, I have spent, not all day, but I've spent a part of the day on these brakes. I've now got the roses on the lines, so that line runs underneath there, comes up and over the top, and then goes into the valve, the portional valve, which when you push down on here, pushes that valve up. Pretty standard stuff. Line comes around there. That's a split in the outer casing, so I'm not too worried about that. And your reservoir, that when you put your fluid in. So I've left that loose for the moment. So that's what I've done. So basically the back brake now is completely ready to go. If I put fluid in that and started, if I put fluid in that and started pumping the lever, it would eventually start working these pads down here.